And also, when you tell people that they are fat, you have to do it with good intentions, and people can feel it.
My intentions are always good.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's why I say the problem is your face.
No, but
Every time you say something, you think that you are telling good, but when people look at you, you have the face of a criminal or something.
Oops.
Yes, what's happening, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Unfiltered podcast. Pathological truth-seeking is the aim, while comedy and laughter is the game. My name is Jerry Judge Hines, and in this episode, we'll be discussing local Singapore and international issues. Stuff like cows in houses, calling a spade, and the best way to cure a socialist is to give them what they want. With me today, Dan Raj and his old school buddy, Siong. Just recently here in Singapore, as part of Hindu festivities, a cow visited a local home, an HDB flat, and it went viral on social media. So, what exactly is the meaning of a cow in a house?
If I'm not mistaken, it's to bless the house.
So, an equivalent of like lion dance,
Something like that.
correct?
I think so. Yeah, correct.
See how multicultural I am? See how I transpose that cow to the lion? Now I'm covering me, you know.
But if you are not wrong, I mean, have you done it for your own house?
No.
Then
Okay, I would.
What if you want a hamburger, man?
no, but is that the reason why you turned out like this? Your house was never blessed with a cow.
No, because I prefer Labradors.
So you brought a Labrador to your house to bless.
Yeah, I didn't, but I would, if I have a choice, I would prefer Labrador.
No, but seriously, when they brought the cow, right, my question is, you know how small the elevators in Singapore are? You make the cow walk the stairs, or
I'm not sure. I think they take lift. The cow just stands like that.
Yeah, good question, eh?
Yeah.
How would they get the cow up the
no, you must be thinking the cow must be thinking shit man, today I'm going to the second story house is still fine, but if today I'm going to the 25th story.
I think that's why the government makes sure that the Indian families only get the lower floors. Yeah, I always get lower floor. My house last time also is the second floor.
Yours is cheaper lah.
Cheaper.
That's what you can afford.
When I was young, right, my mother told me that I cannot eat beef because I'm Hindu. Then some other relatives say that if I eat beef, right, my father will die. So I'm very scared of eating beef. But then this McDonald's, they sell a hamburger for 80 cents. It tastes damn good. With my pocket money, right, I can buy like 5 of those burgers. So it was very difficult for me to don't eat this hamburger.
No, I used to have a friend who also don't eat beef because of religious reasons. Right? So there was one time, it was during our secondary school time, so we went to the cafe, and then he ordered the burger. And then out of good intention, right? So I told him, I said, hey, do you know that burger is beef? He said, Siong, don't tell me lah. Well, now that I know, I can't eat.
But I thought I'm your only Hindu friend.
You
Lie to me, bro.
I have other Indian friends from other schools.
Okay. Can. I'm not jealous.
I try to be diversified.
Okay, so but whatever it is, so my mom told me this, right? So I had to find some loophole, right? How I can eat this McDonald's beef. So I did all my research and everything, and I found out the McDonald's beef, right, is coming from Australia, not from India.
Okay, so it's okay lah.
So what is a Hindu god doing in a Christian country like Australia, right? So I eat McDonald's burger. But then I found out that the cows from India, right, and the cows from Australia look very different. They are actually a different breed. The cows from India, right, has this big bone at the back. You know? They're called the Brahmin cows. The cows from Australia are just fat, big, fat. Very different. They look very different. So, I think eating McDonald's beef burger is okay. And it's cheaper. It's 80 cents at the time. 80 cents, you know.
No, seriously, I can't believe I'm sitting here listening to your nonsense.
Calling a spade, a very old adage, but becoming increasingly difficult to do. I've got a big point to make on this, but I want to start with Dan Raj. Dan Raj, calling a spade, what's up with that?
Yeah, because you see, in Singapore, right, and now the culture around the world, we don't call the things as it is. We try to sugarcoat it to make it sound better, but we are doing a lot of harm to society. So one of the things, right, that I've seen is like we don't call fat people fat enough. No, really.
Yeah.
I used to be very fat. Okay. You too, I believe.
Me
But
also.
You too, okay. But I used to be very fat. And when I was fat, right, nobody told me that I was fat. They didn't tell me that that's why they're not doing certain things with me. It means I would go out with girls. Okay. I would trick girls, lah, because when I'm on the dating side, under body type, right, I'll put as athletic. Okay. So when I meet the girl and the girl asks, hey,
Sumo wrestler lah, athletic.
so when I meet the girl and the girl tells me, I thought you said athletic. I say, yeah, short put. You know? She laughs. Yeah, at least I score for the laughter point, right? But in the end, she won't tell me why she don't want to pursue with me. Then they won't tell. They won't tell that it's because you're fat, right? I just came to find out myself that how come I got so many girls who are my friends, but no one wants to,
Venture outside the friend zone.
Yes. So then I learned that it's because I'm fat. But nobody wanted to call me fat because it's a taboo. Call someone fat. So I have a friend recently who was very upset that his uncle made fun of him that he's fat. Yeah, but he's still fat, right? So I just told him, that means your uncle didn't do a very good job. Your uncle should have really told you are fat and you do something about it after that. Right? If you don't tell people they're fat, they won't act on it. So I think we need to start a culture in Singapore where we need to call fat people fat so that they would actually do something about it.
But I have to say, right, I noticed that Chinese people tend to call a spade a spade. Like my wife had a friend. She came up from the States and she was fat. And straight away, her auntie, why you damn fat? Just say straight. You damn fat, right? So maybe that's the older generation. So maybe the younger ones have got this political correctness, not calling a spade a spade. Would you say that's true?
I would say Chinese look at fat in a different way from. For Chinese people, fat is good.
Prosperity, right?
Yeah, prosperity, right? So I mean, the very old way of thinking say that if a lady who has a fleshy bum or who's more fleshy who can give birth to more children, if you're slim, you're not good for family or giving birth. So for us when you tell someone you look fleshy or look big, that doesn't mean we are saying that it's bad. Right?
Oh, it's all like Negroes, man.
Yeah, because the way we look at fat, it's not as if it's ugly or bad.
So we should call a fat person fat, right?
I mean, with good intentions, lah. And anyway, since on the topic of calling a spade, for you, as a friend, I'm telling you that your main problem was not that you're fat. Girls reject you because of your face. Because you have a face that looks like you're going to undress her within the next hour or what. So
that's a good thing, right?
I mean, not all girls like that.
Girls like men who undress them. Right? Imagine you meet a girl and she's so lazy, she don't take out her own clothes, and you help her undress the clothes. That's good, right?
I mean, good lah, but not within the next hour lah. At least have dinner first lah. Just at the interchange, you try to undress her.
So, but that's the thing, you see. If we don't call fat people fat, then they think that they are acceptable, and then they won't do anything about it.
No, but seriously, as a ex-fat, I'm still fat, but I was a lot fatter And also, when you tell people that they are fat, you have to do it with good intentions, and people can feel it.
My intentions are always good.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's why I say the problem is your face.
No, but
Every time you say something, you think that you are telling good, but when people look at you, you are the face of a criminal or something.
Oops.
Yes, we've come to our international section, right? Socialism and immigration, and a subject very dear to my heart. But Dan Raj, what say you?
Okay, so the thing is, right, for the US immigration, I think there's too much heat on the US on immigration. People who are not even supposed to talk about this are talking about it, like me, right? So, why?
I'm glad you know.
I'm a very honest person. See, the thing I don't understand, right? People from India want to get into the US and they are very upset about the US immigration policies. But India itself has very bad policies for immigration.
Yeah.
10 years ago, when I want to go to India, I had to apply for a visa. So they are having these immigration policies and all that. So India's policies are very strict. Okay. But when Indians go to US, they expect the US citizens to just come in, you know.
Yes.
So, and all the blame is put on Donald Trump. Okay? I don't think one man, right, can change any policy. Donald Trump, I think, is just a smart guy who knows what the people wants and he just says what they want. And that's why the things get done so fast. All the immigration policies get done very fast because that's what the people want.
Yeah.
So if the American people don't want you to go into their country, I think we have a right to do that. Just like Singapore, right? We have a right to not have too many immigrants in Singapore.
The thing you're overlooking is that if you're brown or of color and you protect your borders, you're preserving your history. But if you're white and preserve your borders, you're racist.
Yes. So if I were to now apply to become a China citizen, and the Chinese government don't want to let me in to become a citizen, would you blame the premier?
Well, I won't blame her. I mean, no, but seriously, for the immigration policies of US, if Donald Trump ever becomes president again, I think we hear that he's trying to run for president again, right? There's only one advice I'll give him if he ever comes to Singapore and asks for advice on how to solve the immigration policy. Right? You know, the previous presidency, he tried to build this huge war between Mexico and the US. I say, Donald, don't be stupid. If you want to build a war, ask China. They have built wars hundreds of years. The Great War of China, they built it so fast, and so many people died with no one caring. You should ask the Chinese to help you. They build wars better than you do.
Yeah, there's one.
Outsource it, man.
There's one comedian who actually said this, and he
So
said,
you're saying I'm copying the?
No. He said differently. He said the wall is so effective that we went to China and he didn't find a single Mexican there. Yeah, Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree. I mean, unfortunately, every country do have their immigration policies. You can't have an open door where you say that anyone can come in anytime.
Yeah.
Of course, there's the humanitarian side.
Yeah.
No, but why is only the US expected to let everyone in?
Because
Why is it that other countries can do all the policies they want?
No, it's because they're white.
Yeah, but there are other white countries also, right?
Yeah, but they're the biggest white country. They've got to look after all the people.
Yeah. They're supposed to be the land of the free and of dreams. Or whatever.
Yeah,
correct. So
sanctuary cities.
Basically like this, if you want to go into a country and the people there don't want you there, then you shouldn't complain, right?
You have to give everyone a chance to buy Nikes at factory outlet price. Right? Nikes elsewhere is so expensive.
Why is it that only America is expected to take in all these refugees? That's the part I don't understand.
Well, it's because of the way they started, isn't it?
Yeah.
It started as a big experiment. It was loads of different people coming together to form one nation. So they started from that whole thing. But because it's still a white country and they started like that, they'll never ever be allowed.
No,
forget that.
even Singapore. Singapore was also a place where a lot of migrants came in.
Mm.
Now Singapore is quite
Chinese.
choosy. Yeah, it's quite Chinese.
Choosy Chinese.
Yeah. Bro, the one thing that I actually found it very difficult to accept, right? Like the Singapore Chinese population percentage, right? Is like pegged to the nitrogen percentage of air.
Was it? Oh, because 75%.
78%. Last time. There was 78% nitrogen in air and 78% Chinese. That seems to be like the ideal number, you know?
78%.
Makes it work. And then the Indians, right, was 7% last time. Malay was 14%. Add up together is 21%. And 21% is oxygen in the air.
Oh.
And then the others, right? And the others, the gases also got the other gases, all 1%. So it just was perfect. It was as if like Singapore government was trying to
Or to create the environment in Singapore itself.
have air, you know?
Ah.
The perfect ecosystem.
Yeah. But now it's changed already. Now there's more Indians now.
Oh, what's the percentage of Indians now?
Now if I check Wikipedia, it's about 12% Indians.
And Malays?
Malays are still 14.
Still 14. Oh,
So
so
it's-
catching up.
So it's the Chinese that decrease.
Chinese degrees.
You know, we're trying to give you all a bit more. I mean, we feel bad also being the majority for so long.
Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a place where I don't see any Chinese people, I'll be very scared really.
What?
I'm so used to seeing Chinese people.
Well, I mean, we.
Yeah.
I've never, this is the one phrase I've never heard in my life. Wow, there's so few Chinese people here. This is the only phrase I've never heard in my life.
So that's the reason why you're trying to migrate to China. Lah.
Yeah. Even Little India, there are more Chinese people than Indian people. Do you know that?
I mean, we take it like a tourist attraction.
No, the people living there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of HDB flats in Little India,
Mm.
and people living there are all Chinese. So there are more
Oh, yeah,
Chinese
yeah.
people in Little India than Indians.
We've come to the inglorious section of the show where something has to go or someone has to go. We call it has to go. Dan Raj, what say you?
So that day, I was out in this Yakun, and the guy taking the orders, right, the cashier, he won't take the order of everyone first. He will take one order, then he will go and do while the rest of them are standing in the queue. So it takes very long. Okay, and there are other staff in Yakun doing something else. So I think this is a purpose ploy by this company to make the queue become longer. Because you know, in Singapore, right? If something there's a queue, people will go and queue. They love to queue.
Ah.
Chinese people like to queue, right?
Okay.
So that guy who doesn't want to take my order, and he does the egg first before he does my order, yeah, he has to go.
So he has to go because his company asked him to do that. So he's the one who has to go.
Okay, there's a
Or
point
is it
here.
the company has to go?
Shall we agree the company has to go?
Yeah, the policy has to go.
The policy has to go.
I'll leave the audience. Who has to go?
Yeah, vote in the poll at the bottom. Company, policy, or individual?
Your turn.
So I'm a very peaceful Chinese Christian guy, nice Christian gentleman, So I mean, I usually don't think that people have to go, but until one day, I was driving, right? So I was like, driving. Then Singapore got a lot of traffic lights. So when I stopped at the traffic light and then my light turned green, I was about to go. Then this bloody person keep crossing the road slowly, so jaywalking already, and then the worst thing is that she's ugly. Right? So when she's walking slowly and then she's jaywalking, I'm ready to go. And then she looked at me because I was inching forward, and then she looked at me with an ugly face, and I was expecting me to just give up my 5 seconds to indulge her to jaywalk.
So if she was prettier, is it okay?
It's okay. I will have given her some more time to cross the road. I mean, because at least I'm looking at a nice scenery, right? Yeah. So this type of people
The ugly people,
who jaywalk,
they walk.
they have to go. Right? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Agree.
Okay, when you say has to go, right?
Yeah.
It's actually a death sentence, That means the government has to come up with a new law, and then death sentence.
Well, okay, I mean, definitely I'll put them in some island and then they can jaywalk all they want, and then put only beautiful people to jaywalk. I'm okay.
So if you score below 5, cannot jaywalk.
Yeah, correct, yes.
Okay.
As the current president of the Beautiful Jaywalkers Appreciation Society,
Society.
I'm willing to take the role of like
Okay.
ranking everyone.
Okay. So I just want to check. Okay, I don't drive anymore. Now I take bus and I MRT.
No, you're definitely below 1.
Ah shit.
Cannot jaywalk, Raj.
Yeah, you're gonna jaywalk.
Ah.
I'd like to go back to what you said about Yakun.
Yeah.
Right? You know, you get kaya bread,
Yes.
all different kinds. But you know, Yakun
Huh?
took the sliced bread, the fluffy local white bread,
Yes.
and then cut it horizontal,
Up to half, right?
cut to half, but horizontal. So it then become like kaya biscuits,
Yes.
very crispy.
Yeah.
That has to go.
Okay. This Yakun guy, right? We need to give credit where it's due. Okay. If you see Yakun, right? They say there that he started this business in 1944.
Sure enough.
Yeah. In Yakun, you can see since 1944. That means, right, during World War II, while the other Chinese people were being killed, this guy started a coffee shop. Would you believe that? That's how good Chinese people are. Even during a
It
wartime.
doesn't mean the name is Yakun means Chinese, though. He could be like Indian with a Chinese name. Like you call yourself Dan already, you know.
So you're,
He could be Yakun Raj.
you think Yakun? So you're saying the Yakun characters was started by an Indian guy?
Could be lah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, long time ago, I was not alive during World War II.
Good marketing.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have started it because of the Japanese privilege. 1944, they have Japanese privilege. So
I think maybe we should invite Yakun here for the podcast. Then let them defend themselves.
yeah, correct. We should do that.
Yeah, get a Yakun sports person.
Yeah, but during World War II, he started a coffee shop during World War II. It's amazing, right?
Yeah. Of all the times to start, right?
Yeah.
1944.
And how did he start the coffee shop? Did he have like an Accra to go and register, or just anyhow say one?
So I heard he rented the place through propertyguru.com.
So
anyway, this is not a product placement.
Okay. So the next person that has to go is, there is a smoking corner in the coffee shop.
Yellow box.
Yes. And then that place is reserved for smokers to go and smoke. So sometimes I go there and I can't find any seats because there are non-smokers who are sitting there taking up the place. Right? I think this is really bad because the entire reason to come up with this smoking area is to protect this guy from inhaling the.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
what the fuck is he doing there?
Yeah.
So that guy has to go.
Yes. I second the motion.
Yeah, and this is very special. I should just be given the right. I go to a coffee shop, I see a person not smoking in the smoking area, I must be given the right to just beat him up.
But how do you know that he has not previously had smoked 5 minutes ago?
Okay. So I have to ask him first, of course.
You
Then
have to
to be fair,
smell, you have to like ask him to show proof that
yeah,
yes,
I
he
say,
has smoked.
I ask, hey bro, do you
Yeah,
smoke?
yeah.
No. Okay, please leave this place.
So there must be like a checklist for you to find out
Correct.
before you can
Yeah.
select him or whether he has to go.
If he says he doesn't smoke but he want to start smoking,
okay,
then I say okay.
you want to learn now. You want to learn how to smoke.
Okay. Then can. Right?
Like internship, lah.
Internship, yes. Yes, I take this very seriously.
No, I think you're a bit too harsh. If like you never really qualify whether this person has to go. I mean, give a chance first, lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he has a girlfriend who's a smoker and he's waiting for her in the smoking corner,
Yeah.
holding the table for her, okay, can. I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
But I'll give half an hour for the girlfriend to come.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm glad we can come to a agreement.
Yes.
Don't be too harsh.
Do you see the smoking corners?
No, lah. Of course not.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Talking about Toast Box, because
Yes.
I go Toast Box every day.
Yeah.
You know, I buy the coffee package because I'm officially an uncle now. Right? So I drink coffee every morning. So I buy this package from Toast Box. And the number one thing that I hate is that when there's a long queue at Toast Box, right? You were angry because of the cashier doing the eggs, all this. I'm angry with people who queue in the queue the menu is so big, but you have all the time to think about what you want to order, right? I mean, and toast box is just toast box, right? It's not like selling hundreds of menu items. So why can't you just decide what you want to eat when you're in the queue? But when they go to cashier, they start asking things like, "Hey, is this mee rebus nice or not? Is this laksa? Is this laksa famous or popular? Or do you think the kaya toast is better?" Or I say, "What the hell, man? It's like, can you decide and then you're taking up a precious time? It's like we just want to have our coffee. So these people who cannot decide in a simple place like toast box what to eat while in the queue has to go."
Bro, I just realized you're talking, right? You sound like Gojo Tong, bro.
Really?
Yeah. Right?
I wish I'm Goh Chok Tong.
It's
Almost as tall.
Yeah, it's very tall.
I wish I'm Goh Chok Tong. I mean, then I wouldn't. So I wear white one. So I wear white today.
Thanks so much for watching the Unfiltered podcast. Do like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you again real soon. We there.